Hello all you wonderful people, this is honeymaysims and welcome back to my channel and another speed build. So today we are building with the little campers kit for the very first time. So I did start this build prior to the kit coming out. I believe I started around Sunday or Monday and then the kit came out on Thursday. But as you can see, we are building in the world of Granite Falls, which is the world that came with Outdoor Retreat, and that was actually the first game pack we got with The Sims 4. And on this 50 by 50 Granite Falls Forest lot, there's going to be a summer camp, so I thought this idea would be perfect for the little campers kit, and also now that summer is soon upon us, at least where I live in Europe. And I thought this camp would maybe be for scouts in particular, so I did include the season's scouting badge board in every cabin and I believe in the administration building as well. So for those of you who follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you might have seen my post about this specific build, but as you'll eventually see, there's a time skip somewhere in this video because, believe it or not, when I was recording and building this, my cat had the audacity to turn off my computer. But luckily I had saved my build a bunch of times, so there was no problem there. But I wasn't as lucky with my recording because when the computer was just turned off and I couldn't stop it, the file got corrupted, so I couldn't open it or anything. So I did lose around 3 hours of footage, and gosh, I was kind of mad about this at first, but I just couldn't stay mad at my cat, and I just pulled myself up and I started from scratch by leaving the pond and terrain as it was, and then I was just building the main elements of this. So you'll see after I build the buildings and place some of the outdoors objects, I'll do a time skip to where the landscaping is all done, and I'm back to where I left off before my computer was turned off. And I just think if I was going to do the landscaping and everything all over again, that would have taken me forever. So I'm quite satisfied with how this turned out either way, and that I thought of this option instead of just starting over. So I really hope you think this turned out nicely as well, even if some footage is missing, but you'll see how everything turns out in the end, and at least you'll get a shorter video to watch, so maybe that's a good thing as well. So for this camp there's going to be a little lake in the middle where there's going to be sort of like a patio going over it where you can sit and relax or fish maybe, and I also added one of the island living blankets where you can sunbath. So this lake will be surrounded by lots of greenery, and there will be 4 cabins with a bunk bed each, so you can fit up to 8 Sims if you'd like. These will also have each a small bathroom with a toilet and sink only, because there will also be a shared bathroom with showers and toilets, plus a washer and dryer, even though I don't think you'll be able to use that on a rental lot, but at least it gives off a more realistic vibe, I feel, at least, because you would have to wash your clothes if you're out here for weeks. At the front of the entrance of this lot, you'll find the admin building, like with a front desk and an extra bedroom for the person working there. And last but not least, there is going to be a cafeteria building, which has a very simple downstairs with the Discover University canteen station, some seating, and a connected kitchen. So you can also make food in there if you want to. And I'm not sure if that canteen station is going to work properly on this rental lot, but at least again it has that realistic vibe and look to it. And the second floor of this is going to be sort of like a recreation or playroom where I put a lot of the little campers items, like the big standing blanket with the fairy lights where you can watch movies and stuff. There's the new table and chairs with the board game or like the Don't Wake the Llama game. It has the cozy blanket on the ground, the pillows, and this cute book that's in this kit as well. And you also see the new dollhouse, which has a really cute design, and outdoors there's going to be another play area with a swing set and the new activity table that actually looks like a cardboard car. There's some extra seating with some of the My Wedding Stories debug umbrellas, which I thought was a cute idea for this lot. There's going to be a campfire with lots of seating as well, and also the new s'mores deco item, which I thought was cute as well. And just some other activities with the outdoor retreat horseshoe throwing activity, the season's gardening sprinkles, which you can play in, and also some tents, so you can also sleep outdoors if you want to. For myself, I've never been to a summer camp, although in elementary school we had this mandatory trip where we went to this facility in the mountains with cabins and everything with other schools of the same year, and we just did activities and stuff for probably an entire week, and I think that sums up basically my entire experience with camps, like the one I'm making right now. So other than that, I took inspiration from Pinterest as usual, and I don't even think I've seen many films or shows featuring summer camps either, but some that comes to mind is like Camp Rock and Percy Jackson, maybe, even though that's a completely different sort of camp. And I think the most recent one I watched, although a couple of years ago now, was the show Looking for Alaska, which is based on the John Green novel with the same title. I'm not sure if this is explicitly a summer camp or if it's just a boarding school of sorts, but from what I can remember, that place at least gives off some of those summer camp vibes with the cabins, the lakes, and all the sorts of activities you could do there. But yeah, I did enjoy that show, even though I've never read a John Green book in my life, or maybe I think I've read a few pages of one of his books in like a preview in an app I have, or I did try to read The Fault in Our Stars book once, but I never got far into it. And I do believe I was more of a reader when I was younger either way, and now there are very rare periods where I read a lot and then I just don't touch a book in months. So my question is, are you much of a reader? And what are your favorite books or genres? I'd love to know. Also, before I forget to mention it, the actress who plays one of the main characters in Looking for Alaska, I think Alaska herself is actually a Norwegian like me, and I don't know, but I just enjoy finding out those things. And I also believe she played in a different show as well, which is called The Society, and it was on Netflix, and I enjoyed that as well. But it's so typical of Netflix to cancel shows, so yeah, I wasn't really happy they canceled that. But I was happy to see her in Looking for Alaska as well. So I called this summer camp the Jackalope Summer Camp, and the name Jackalope is actually inspired by the one big wooden statue that I've placed on this lot. I'm not sure what kind of creature or animal it is, but it has antlers, so I believe it's a deer or moose. But in that description it says something about like a Ranger Stanley Jackalope, I think. So that's actually where I got that name, and I thought it was kind of cute to incorporate that detail into my build as well, and I hope you think, yeah, that's kind of cute as well. So we are about halfway through with this speed build, and you can see that I've started on some of the upstairs in that cafeteria building, but we're not far off from where I get the kit, and you start seeing that I go through a lot of the items, and I'm switching out items basically, like the camping chairs, and the ones from the little campers kit are really cute. It has some cute animal swatches, like it has some bears, a pig, and a frog, and actually the frog swatch reminded me of the froggy chair that's in Animal Crossing, so I thought that was really cute, but unfortunately I didn't end up using that swatch here, and instead I think I only went for the purple yellow swatch, so it kind of matches with all of the other purple things in this build, like especially the flowers, so I did use that one. And you can see that I'm currently doing the upstairs of the cafeteria, which is the recreation room as I mentioned earlier, and I basically just put a lot of stuff in here at first, and yeah, just filling out everything in this room. I decided to go for some bookcases. Originally I wanted to have the bookcases in the administration building, but then I realized the building was kind of too small for that because I wanted the bedroom as well, so I kind of winged it and I placed the bookcases here instead. And it has some activities as I mentioned earlier, like the Don't Wake the Llama table, the dollhouse, the big Yeti teddy bear which you can play with and talk to. And I also decided to include the ping pong table which came with Discovery University. And when I was playtesting, the kids actually couldn't use the ping pong table, but I think that ping pong table was one of the first things I knew I wanted in this second floor. Like either this one or the foosball table which came with Get Together, I think. And I'm not sure if kids are able to use the foosball table either, so I just went with the ping pong table. And I'm just placing out all of the little campers items, like the blanket on the floor, pillows, this new, I believe it's a side table, the one with the handle, so it looks like, you know, it's a box, you can put stuff in it, but also stuff on top of it. I thought that was a cute item. And also besides it, there's going to be a little wooden box with the blanket over it, so you can sit on this one, and I really like the detail with the blanket. But I think the one thing I noticed when I was going through the swatches of everything, that nothing really matched the brown color that I had started out with for this build, so a lot of the wood on the little campers kit items are really light swatches, so they kind of clash, but unfortunately nothing I could really do anything about because I really wanted to have those items in here, so I tried to make them work, and hopefully you think they work as well, even though the colors kind of clash. And I also used some of the fairy lights in the windows up here along with the curtains, and I also put some posters on the wall here as well. But yeah, also just some clutter on the floor, like the drawing box that came with Parenthood, I believe some this glass with a pencil, so they can, you know, lie on the floor here, they can draw or read. And I think it's really cute with the big blanket screen as well, so they can watch movies, and just a really cozy place, and they can just socialize, have a fun time together, and yeah, I hope you think it's cozy and cute as well. But yeah, my review of the little campus kit is something like this. I really enjoy the items and the design of them, and that they're actually some functioning items your Sims can use, and also that this is a very kids based pack, which is something I feel like we kind of lack in The Sims 4, but we do have some stuff packs for mainly kids, but you know, it's just stuff basically, so not a lot of new activities. And I feel like that's something we need, like new activities for the toddlers, kids, teens, and elders. I feel like, yeah, they need more stuff to do, and that kind of separates them from each other more. And maybe especially for like teens and young adults and adults, because, well, they have the same height, they wear, you know, they have the same collection of clothes to wear, and I feel like we really need more things that separates those life stages. But on the other hand, for this kit, a lot of these items are based off other pre-existing items in the game, but scattered across packs. So for instance, the swing set, although it does have a completely new look, it does come in other packs such as Seasons and Island Living. And the blanket TV, or whatever you'd like to call it, reminds me of the item from movie Hangout, which like the cinema TV. And let's not forget the activity table, which we've gotten a bunch of different variations of, which we don't really need at all. I feel like I'd much rather have more diverse activities rather than the same activity but with different designs or swatches. So I actually thought we'd get a new activity with a cardboard car item, but it turns out it was just, you know, the drawing table, which was kind of a letdown in my opinion. But don't get me wrong, it's a really cute item, but it's not what I expected in terms of gameplay. And we also have some doll houses as well, which are base game, but the Eco Lifestyle cardboard one is one of my favorites to use. Its design is really cute, and the design of the little campers one is incredibly cute as well. And I do think I'm going to use this one more often than the other options we have in the game. There's also this big Yeti teddy bear you can play and talk with, which essentially is a redesign of a base game item as well. But all in all, there are some really cute items, and it's kind of perfect if you don't already have some of the items or as many variations through other packs. So in my opinion, it is a nice add-on with some cute items, but I'd love to hear what your opinion is about this kit if you have bought it, but also maybe you have bought the new casket as well. So I would love to know what your opinions are about the newest kit, so let me know in the comments down below. So we are getting close to these screenshots, and I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. So this build is playtested, and as usual you can find this build on the gallery. My ID is Alric, but you can also find it under the hashtag honeymaysims. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything in the future. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!